Hello! Today I wanted to go over a two-part video. I'm going to make this one a little bit longer than normal. I want to go over some basic technique, and I want to go over some basic theory on the guitar. So with your right hand, the most basic thing you can do is the strum. I start off with quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, then move on to eighth notes. 5, 6, 7, 8. I keep my hand going the same speed, but I catch the upstroke. 1, 2, and then I return to quarter notes. I ultimately do one measure of quarter notes, and then one measure of eighth notes, and one measure of 16th notes. Cheese, 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 cheese is how I say quarter notes. Pizza, 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 pizza is how I do eighth notes. Pepperoni, 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 pepperoni is how I do the 16th notes. So that way you can think of it as just toppings for cheeses, for pizzas, and for pepperonis. And if you're using a pick, I would use the same technique. Down, 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 up, 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 down, up. And the same thing, using a pick to do it this way. And that'll get your right hand to where you can strum, you can pluck. And the idea is the same for thumb strumming or pick strumming. And that just gets your right hand going. Now let's talk about your basic left hand technique. In terms of just technique, you always want your thumb parallel and perpendicular with the neck. You want enough space to where you can naturally and relaxed curve your fingers around. And then from there, from this angle, if I were to spread my fingers out, see how much space is there? And that brings me right to string 1. I like to start on string 1 fret 5 and left hand only. I keep this finger down the whole time, add a finger, add a fret, add a finger, add a fret, and I relax these 3, but I hold this one down. Notice I'm pinching with my thumb from behind. So this is really going to get you going. In terms of your perfect technique, you want to be on your fingertips. And this is something you can do even when you're watching TV. And when you're ready, you can come in and you can apply the same right hand patterns. Pizza, 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 pepperoni, 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 pepperoni. And then at that point, you've got a solid right hand and left hand plan in terms of your technique. In terms of a little more technique, you should practice your finger patterns where you leave your middle finger out. And I'm just going low to high for the beginner model. I call this the minus finger 2 pattern because we're leaving our finger 2 out. And you're going to replace that finger and leave your finger 3 out and practice that finger pattern. And this is something you can do slowly and repetitively while you watch TV with a metronome. And that'll just get you kind of shredding right away. Now, that's all technique, right hand, left hand technique. Let's talk a little bit about music. Quick review. The formula for a major scale is super important. They're all the same. The formula is 2 whole steps, meaning you skip a fret, and then a half step, meaning you don't. After that, you do 3 whole steps, meaning you skip a fret, and then a half step, meaning you don't. So I like to do these up a string in a straight line. On the E string, we're going to create E major by taking the E note and applying the major scale to it. I'm going to skip a fret. That's my first whole step. I'm going to skip a fret again. That's my second whole step. And then a half step. And it's already starting to sound musical. And then from here, I'm going to do 3 whole steps in a row. 1, 2, 3, and then a half step. And that will create a major scale anywhere you start it, and that's kind of how music works. If I wanted F major, I'd start on F, and I would go 1, 2 and a half, 1, 2, 3 and a half. If I wanted G major, I'd start on G, and I would apply the formula 1, 2 and a half, 1, 2, 3 and a half. If I wanted to create A major, I would start on A, this is A, and I would apply the formula 1, 2 and a half, 1, 2, 3 and a half. But that's a little advanced. What I'm going to have everybody do is I'm going to have you start on your open string, do the formula 2 and a half, meaning 2 whole steps and a half, 1, 2, 3 and a half, and then do the exact same thing on the very next string. So starting on the B string, now we're in the key of B, we're going to create B major, 1 whole step, 2 whole steps and a half, 1, 2, 3 and a half. Now I'm going to go to the G string and I'm going to create G major by starting on G. It's helpful to say the note you're starting on so that you don't miscount the whole steps, half steps. So G, 1 whole step, 2 whole steps and a half, 1, 2, 3 and a half. I'm going to do the next string a little quicker. On the D string, I'm going to say D, so we know we're in the key of D, and that way I don't miscount. So D, 1, 2 and a half, I'm counting the whole steps, 1, 2, 3 and a half. And you'll kind of quickly get in the zone with it. A major is you start on A, so I'm going to say A, 1, 2 whole steps and a half, 1, 2, 3 and a half. And the top string is the same as the bottom string, so really you only have 5 strings to do. And that's going to be the strongest foundation you could start on to play this instrument, is having good right hand technique, good left hand technique, and a solid understanding of how music works just very basically. Remember the formula 2 and a half, 3 and a half. Start that on each string, and let me know if that's helpful. Thank you.